Hello guys, it's NautoAce, and I want to give my thoughts on a bit of a controversy, but not myself personally. But once again, to some extent, Atlus decided to go controversial in this particular game, but it is sort of most anticipating game for, believe it or not, Persona fan. But not so much of the new Persona 5 version, because Persona 5 for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3, depends which one you bought it, but it's on the PlayStation console. Maybe that's a keyword there, who knows. But that one was English dub. So what I'm talking about is the sequel to Persona Q, Persona Q2. There's a subtitle, I have no idea. So if you don't know what Persona Q is, it's sort of a spin-off to the Persona game, exclusive to the 3DS, and it's like a dungeon RPG. So Persona Q basically teams up with characters from Persona 3 and Persona 4, and then Persona Q2, they added in Persona 5. So finally, there you go, Persona 5 representative Nintendo, and then you can say Smash Brother, Joker, but they basically say Persona 5. Wonk wonk. So with that said, what is the controversy I just said there? Well, I just said it, duh, is that Persona Q2 will not have English dub. It has been confirmed by a press release, and it's also been confirmed by via IGN that Atlus will not dub Persona Q2. Well, almost said 5 there, because again, the main feature of this one is Persona 5 characters. So again, like I said, Persona 5 definitely was dubbed. Persona Q2 is not, and some people were not happy, and there's some people are irritated because of the people who wanted dub are basically voicing their concern, or in their cases, whining and moaning, which I'll talk about that later. But of course, when the game, and I said it before and I said it again, I've been saying this on my channel lately in my English dub versus Japanese game, when you put only one type of language in a Japanese game, there will be friction no matter what. God Eater 2 was only English dub. Japanese sub did not want to buy it. They were not happy. So God Eater 3, they made dual language. And then of course I said myself personally, I prefer games in English dub. I do not care about Japanese sub. Don't take it personal. Take Koei, I'm looking at you with the Warriors game, with the Koei games. Only grant unless it's Dynasty Warrior, and of course Namco Bandai with their anime games, unless it has the name Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. Getting in an English dub, well, you're tough cookie. That's it. So Atlus, and I said with Atlus, is that they do dub games, they're Japanese game, but it's the case by case basis. Sometimes it could be it could be timing. They have their book. They can't hire a lot more people to do the voices. Or 2, they just believe it's not really worth dubbing because are you going to make a lot of money? Understandable. So, of course, this is the type of the situation with Persona Q2 that will not have English dub. And some people are not happy about it. So, what's the result of down and what's the reaction? Easy. Oh, there's your sale. Your sale just cut in half, or it depends. The bottom line is you're not going to have a lot of sales. That's it. Will you really pay $40 or heck, even $60 for the collector's edition for a game that doesn't have English dub? Remember, some people, doesn't matter if it's a Japanese game, if you don't have English dub, it's considered incomplete. And I agree with that part. So, anybody there that you don't want to put English dub in your game, you know that's incomplete, so stop fooling yourself. You know it is. But I understand why sometimes that's necessary. And like I said, even Ideal Factory does this to some extent, to a minimum. Miss America does this. XC definitely does this. And, believe it or not, I mean, to some extent, also when push comes to shove, possibly you'll be surprised. Maybe Sega, maybe Konami, maybe Sony, Nintendo, when push comes to shove, they might also omit dub, but that'll be like a slim chance. So there's something that really bothers me about the whole thing when there's no English dub. And sometimes I read this in the comment. I know I should just really ignore it, but sometimes I need some context in this one. I really do. And that is, why is it some people are annoyed when some people give their opinion about the game not having English dub? If they're respectful, they're considerate, and they're being professional, I have no problem with that. I understand when they're just bitching and moaning, excuse the language, and whining like a little kid. Yeah, I can understand that. But if you're being respectful and say, hey, I just don't understand why. Why is it some people are bothered with that? I mean, I'm seeing, like, there have been posts like, oh, it pissed me off when people complain the game don't have English dub. Like, why is it to, at least the game is coming out? I mean, here's my question. Why is it to you if someone doesn't like that they are mad that there's no English dub? Hey, if you don't like it, if you want the Japanese sub, hey, you know, more power. Hey, you know, I mean, does it affect you? Well, maybe a little bit, but it's still annoying. I mean, yeah, to some extent, there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, there is an effect that whining about not English dub and hashtag no buy, no dub, no buy. And that is the game won't be coming out. And yes, that has been in the past. The Gaku Basara was the biggest example that it was a poor sale. And they basically said, why not you bring a dub? No dub, I mean. And Sven said, if we do that, then the sales are going to be bad. We can't have that. We'd rather just not make the game. We'd rather not release the game, as I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, late midnight. That's why. But to some extent, I understand that part. But why is it so that people get annoyed? And the funny part here, maybe it's just me, I don't see anyone complaining about the game no Japanese sub. Like, nobody. And that's also maybe the funny part also is that there's not a lot of people that complain about, oh, well, there's no sub, which is there are some games like that, such as God Eater 1 and 2 has no Japanese sub. Again, I don't care. The Neptune and France app, believe it or not, doesn't have sub, it's only dub. Which also, I guess it was a backfire, because if you notice the lack of update, the Japanese version a lot of updates, but of course it's not also on Android, so maybe they're waiting the Android version, then a lot of this update, and maybe it's not yet worldwide for the Neptune and France app, who knows. But anyway, yeah, this is really just annoying me when I basically see it. Like, why is it to you if someone voiced their opinion about not having English dub, even if the past game had it? You know, I don't understand. And then I know some game, the anime games, again, it's like, don't you want more sale? People kind of relate to this anime with the English voice, but yet, oh, look, you're not going to do it in the game. I don't understand why. And of course, I kind of mentioned this on another video, like transparency. Why is it the reason that you can't do it? And I know a lot of rumblings and rumors that legal issue, they can't really say anything about it. Because what are you gonna harass the voice actor? Say All Might from Hero Academia, yeah, that game, My Hero Justice. Are you gonna harass Christopher Sabat, saying, hey, you know, how come we're not doing it? I mean, the funny thing is they do want to voice those characters in the game. I mean, even in Jump Force, Christopher Sabat was actually saddened that he's not going to be voicing on Jump Force as Piccolo or Vegeta. I don't know, man. But yeah, it's kind of annoying me that people are whining about it. Like, hey, you know, if the English sub is there, hey, by all means, just be happy. But don't get irritated just because someone's irritated already. They're trying to give money to the company, but they can't because it's not their preference. And if your preference is there, hey, you know what? Why are you harassing the other people? I never understand that, and it just really irks me in this one. Yeah, so, but you know what? It's the internet. It is what it is. With that said, why did Atlus decide not to dub this game? So, I'm gonna put some theory here. I'm gonna guess. Let's figure this out. First of all, a lot of people might say, oh, so on the 3DS, it's dying, it's out of the door. A lot of people said yes, a lot of people said no. Well, Nintendo never said that the 3DS was dying. Remember, Furukawa still said that even 2019, they will still support 3DS. And according to him, to Nintendo, there might be chances that more Nintendo game from Nintendo that's going to be on the 3DS. So, you think 3D is going to die in 2019? Probably not. But however, the support, it is becoming minimum. Not a lot of company are basically make games on the 3DS. So maybe what Atlus is thinking is, hey, look, it's in the 3DS, it's an old system. Why should we put more money here on the 3DS on Persona Q2? We could probably use that same money on on something newer, maybe Catherine full body. You know, they can add more voices there because, I mean, granted, it's an old game. Maybe Persona 5R, they're going to do something about it. So one theory here is going to be, like I said, was maybe the 3DS for them is that it's irrelevant for Atlus too. Maybe because they're now teaming up with Sega, and Sega said, hey, you know, we don't want to put the money on the Persona Q because it's not a Sega game. Again, I don't know. That's a possibility. But the third one is, like I just kind of mentioned about the other games, is that maybe Atlus are so booked with the voice, with doing voice recording, because maybe, like I said, Catherine full body, adding more voices because they're adding more content in that game. Maybe Persona 5R, they're adding new stories in that game. You know, I've been playing Persona 5. Again, maybe Persona 5R is, like I said, it's like Golden. Maybe there's going to be a new Persona 5 game, an arena game. Again, who knows? And maybe they're more focused on that one because it's probably going to sell better than a spin-off Persona on the 3DS. Again, who knows about it? I know a lot of people complaining, oh, how come the dance game has English dub? Well, first of all, those are kind of new. It's on the PS4, and maybe, and you know, people might not be happy about this. Atlus has a better relationship with Sony than Nintendo in this time. I don't know. Again, who knows? So there's a lot of theory there that could happen. Like I said, maybe this is 3DS. They don't want to put a lot of money. 2, maybe Sega said, hey, you know, the 3DS, you know, it's about to die. I mean, give it like a year or so. Maybe, so whatever. Or 3 is that Atlus is actually doing other Persona games. Remember, there's a new Persona announcement at March. I mean, they did a teaser about Persona 5R on the PlayStation. Again, who knows there? So, it might kind of disappointing that Atlus did this. Yes, it might really super pissed off. Sadly to say, don't take it personal, but no, because to me, I don't really care that much about the Persona Q games. I know a lot of people did like it, the dungeon type RPG with Persona characters. I get it, but apparently chances are for this one is that they probably don't care about it. So, I mean, sorry. Like, I'd rather have Persona 5 or any type of Persona 5 on the real one on hardware, maybe PlayStation 4, to have English dub. So, again, it kind of sucked there. I mean, this is not the first time they've done this, believe it or not. Like I said, there's been a lot of rumbling about the situation with this that kind of revolves around Persona 5. And that is, for the Wii U, Tokyo Mirage FE. Nintendo, and the rumor here is that Nintendo wanted the game to have dub, but Atlus said, sure, we can do it, because Nintendo's going to give them the money. They're going to give them the money, so there's no problem there. But Atlus said, we could do it, but it's going to take a long time. It will take a long time, and if you wanted to dub this game, well, you're going to have to wait probably past March of 2017, which is the last life of the Wii U. The last game that Nintendo wanted for the Wii U was Breath of the Wild. That's the joke there to some extent, but it's the truth. So the rumor was that if you wanted dub, well, guess what? Then you're going to wait for a long time. Nintendo probably didn't want it, so they're just going to cut their loss, trying to market around that, oh, Japanese sub is good, which, you know, it's not, because they did play the game, couldn't really get into it with the Japanese sub. So again, Atlus, Nintendo, if you're ever going to do Tokyo Mirage FE for the Switch, I'll double dip for $60, heck, $70 if uncensored, which Nintendo's already going in the right direction, and 2 is English dub. There you go. And again, like I said, it's going to take a while. And also because they were doing Persona 5. They were dubbing Persona 5. That's also another reason. I mean, to some extent, also why people complain, oh, King of Fighter 14 didn't get dubbed. That sucks. I mean, Atlus, you were publishing the game, you should probably dub it. Well, first of all, that's not really an Atlus game, it's SNK. SNK basically just made a deal with Atlus to publish King of Fighter 14. I mean, they could probably just, SNK just do was a self-publishing, but again, probably don't have a lot of money. There's the reason why Push Counter Shove don't have a publisher. They don't really have a publisher. Self-publishing is a different story there. But even that's very, very tricky too. So the bottom line is, a lot of factor that Tokyo Mirage FE did not get a dub because they were doing the dub for Persona 5. And if they were going to do a dub for Sharp FE, then the game will be released way past March of 2017. In the case with Persona Q2, probably they had other things he had to do, or the 3DS just they don't believe in the 3DS anymore because again, quote unquote, it's dying. So in conclusion, yes, it sucks. Unfortunately, I don't care that much, but at the same time, they're probably more than me saying why they're doing this. So I mean, if Atlus want to basically get more support and please not please the fan, but they want more money, they probably want to reconsider and delay Persona Q2 probably in 2020 and add English dub. I'm just saying that they probably shouldn't have done that. I know because the Japanese release was in December, so it was 6 months. But even with 6 months, there should be still dub. So, but if they needed more time to if they're gonna ever implement dub, they probably should do it. But again, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Excuse me, this is what I'm trying to say there. Blah. But like I said, the most common thing you can do is raise awareness, let your voice heard. Petition might work. But really, just you gotta make videos about it and raise awareness, let your voice heard. I'm trying to say that again. And maybe chances are, maybe there's a percentage that they're gonna listen. But as Mori would say, sometimes companies don't listen to the fans because they can go bankrupt. It is what it is. With that, I'll see you guys later.